Norfolk just with a TV and literally just with some placards to go outside and see if we can have like any decent conversation with people who are open-minded about not exploiting other animals anymore. So we're just going to go here. Can you just hold that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hold. If we do it like at once, should I come back to you? No, I don't want to leave the TV.
No, we can go.
Are you right with them?
Yeah.
What about your water?
I can carry it. No problem.
I'll carry that. Yeah, got it. Okay, got my keys. So yeah, and this will just be good to pick out like content or whatever, and even if we don't get much, we'll still be able to look up. We've got the TV. Where is he? Oh, he's a. What's that man? There he's a. I wondered where he was going. What he was like. Yeah. It's just about not exploiting other animals for our own selfish pleasures, basically. It's literally just come outside a shop in the town. I think the TV is going to be a bit difficult because it's sunny, and I think it's quite low. I think the battery's quite low on it, so it might be a bit difficult to see on this. Yeah. Where's Tito? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Tito's got the signs as well. Where's he going? Put them on there, which is good. Yeah. Do you want to do your live?
It's already going, but muted at the moment.
Have you got like? Did you get any like? Do you get the video of us?
Afterwards, yeah. Once I've uploaded it.
Yeah, but that's not. You're not going to see us. You're just going to hear us.
Right. No, there's video. Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's just a live stream like yours.
Yeah, I know, but you're not recording us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't see us. It's just in your pocket.
But it's not going to be there the whole time.
Why?
Because I'm going to be filming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. But this is difficult to see, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it should go in the shade over there, like you said.
Okay. Hi. We're just outside Roy's, going live. So chickens are 6 weeks old when they're murdered, so people can eat their flesh. Yeah. They are not objects, okay? And the more people know that, the better. Yeah, thanks everyone who's watching. Can you just like the live or something? Or is that, no, that's TikTok, isn't it? Okay. Let's put this in here. I'm just going to be moving the TV. Can you like the live? Yeah, so a different word for being vegan is not exploiting other animals. Exactly, yeah. So we need to get to the actual root of why we do it. So thinking other animals are objects for us to use. You know, we teach our children that we love animals and then we go and pay for them to be murdered and everything like that. So yeah, you've just got to get out there. It's the principle of the assimilation and animals from exploitation from man. Exactly. That's a bit better. Hello, thanks for joining as well. There's just hopefully if you can scroll subscribe, that would be good. And you've just got the TV here showing what happens to the victims because people aren't living without exploiting them.
Yeah, because you know this is private land, right?
What do you mean, are we okay?
Because obviously...
You said, are you all right?
Yeah, like...
We're fine, thank
you. Yeah, because you know this is private land.
Okay.
So, have you got permission to film?
This is a public space.
It's not. This land is owned by
you might have to call the police then.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's what you
So
want to do.
they call the police because I don't know why, but they think we're outside. So what we're here to do is educate people about what happens to the animals. And then they call, I don't know why the like only thing to do is call the police, do you?
No.
Like, why do they need to call the police? Because we're trying to stand up for the animals out here. Look at this.
Let's place them right on.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. When you can literally eat plants, not sentient beings, and pay for them to be murdered, and then put into a sandwich, which is disgusting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this? Yeah. Do you know what this is about?
No, sorry.
No, I didn't ask you to start. I meant, do you know what it's about? It's animal exploitation and what happens to the
Hello, are
individuals.
you right?
Yeah, we're okay. Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you supposed to be here, or
What do you mean?
have you asked permission from the company to be
Well,
here?
we said about calling the police if you really want to. So
Well, no, but you're on private property.
this is, if you can
We're
see
just
here,
here to
this is
speak up for
literally
some
what
animals.
happens to the victims when people eat their flesh, take their fur, take their skin, take their
Obviously, you haven't
eggs.
asked for permission to be here.
Okay.
This is everything that
This is
happens
very
to them.
nasty.
So I'm asking you to. Obviously, you shouldn't really be here.
Okay.
So
can we go stand on the
you can
main
stand on
road?
public property, but this is private property.
We
Yeah.
agreed that we don't kill animals and they stay with them.
Yeah.
Other people don't care.
So if you could, that would be much appreciated.
The reason people don't care about the other animals is because they're not the victims most of the time. So if they were the
Right.
victims having their head chopped off, and I don't know if a real man laugh at animal abuse. So this is literally what happens to the animals when people aren't living vegan. Have you seen what's on our TV? It's about animal exploitation. So when we pay for that, when we abuse animals, we're not vegan. That's what you're doing, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely horrendous. Yeah, animals are other animals are just like literally just little sentient beings as well. Did they say they call the police?
No, they didn't say that, but they might do.
So why? I don't understand why they call the police. Is it because it's private? Is it because they're worried about what we're doing? What is that? Why? Do you know?
Well, it is because we're here protesting, isn't it?
You reckon?
Yeah.
Survival, moral, and patience aren't a moral reference for thriving moral. Exactly. You can kind of see what's going on in the TV, but unfortunately, like I said, because they're not the victims of the animal holocaust, then they don't have to care, do they? We've got the TV, but we can always have good conversations as well. I'm just going to try and come in the shade. But yeah, obviously they can call the police, whatever. Got a little microphone here,
Mm-hmm.
and you're holding these signs. But I don't know. It just don't seem to be a lot of people really here. Do you know what this is about here? All this happening on the screen. I said, do you know?
can't see it. Yeah, but I did get it.
What are you vegan? Living
Yeah,
vegan?
vegan.
You are, and why are you vegan?
The environment.
Well, and the victims having their head chopped off as well, isn't it? Yeah. So-
Better for my health. But not if I have processed vegan food, so I'm whole plant food.
Okay, so so vegan is actually for the animals. So it's you don't exploit other animals for anything. So that's what vegan means. Obviously, you're more plant based. Are you against like bull racing and all that sort of stuff? So
Against the war and
so why aren't you speaking up? Why aren't you speaking up more?
maybe I am.
Maybe you should. That's the least we can do. The absolute bare minimum that we can do is speak up for the victims. That is the absolute bare minimum, you know? That's the absolute least you can do. It's not about living without exploiting them. It's about literally speaking up as well, which is what we should all teach our children, and that's what we're here to not necessarily protest, but literally just educate people about what happens to the animals. It's disgusting. And all animals deserve a world for only animal world. This TV isn't the best at the moment because I think the TV's like running a bit low, but that's fine. Free range eggs. Baby chicks getting ground up alive because people eat their eggs. It's weird and it's awful. There's no excuse for it, is there? No, I haven't, but when I found out about the industry, do you know what all this is about?
Well, to be honest with you, I've got disabled child. I've got too much on my.
I was just
plate,
asking you
to be
about the
honest.
victims when we're not living vegan.
Don't know. Can't see it.
So basically, this is how they're murdered because we take their eggs. So veganism is about not exploiting
I
other
know
animals.
what veganism is. Not
Yeah.
thick. Thank
No,
you
so
very much.
why aren't you living without exploiting them then?
Why do you live? You know.
What do you
What
mean?
a stupid question.
What
Why
do you
am I
mean?
not a
Are you an
vegan?
animal lover?
Yeah, I am.
But you pay for them to be murdered?
No, I don't. Why don't you shut your fucking
Okay,
mouth?
so you don't pay for them to be
Why are
murdered?
you standing out here? To
Because
piss
we're
people off?
No,
talking about
Are
the
you allowed to
victims.
stand here and do that to people?
We're here to speak up for the animals.
Don't. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it. Don't. I'm not.
Don't
I'm
touch my
asking
phone.
you why you're still exploiting animals.
Really?
Yeah, don't touch my phone.
I'm
That's
asking you why
assault.
you're exploiting animals.
I'm
We're
not
here for the
exploiting
victims.
Animals. I've come here to
It's
go
not about that. I'm
shopping.
talking about the animals.
I don't give a shit. I've come to do my shopping. I don't
Okay,
want
you don't have
listen
to
your
attack
shit.
me
You don't
just
have
because
to.
you're
I don't
triggered.
want
You
you
don't want to
filming.
attack me.
I don't want you filming me.
Why are you attacking me? Because I'm asking you what you think about this disgusting things that happen to these sentient
Why don't
beings.
you go and preach to people who have got more time on their hands?
Well, you're
'cause they're
standing
really
here. You're the
busy.
one talking to us.
No, because you stopped
Okay,
me.
well, you can walk away then.
Yeah.
So we ask people why they're still exploiting animals and why they're not living vegan, and for some reason it just makes people angry. But yeah,
Because people want to be left alone.
we're never gonna. The animals want to be left alone, not
Yeah.
put in slaughterhouses, have their heads chopped off. They're not pets; they're companions. We don't own animals; they're not objects.
I mean, at home, have you
What has that got to do with this?
Well, just in general, you said, am I an animal lover? Yes, I am.
Yeah, but you pay for them to be murdered when you're not vegan. For their skin, for their fur, for their eggs, for their milk, for their flesh. Because people are so selfish that they can't live without doing it to them. Because they like the taste, or they want to wear their skin, or they want to wear their fur, you know? It's just thinking that we are somehow better than these other animals, that we could do this to them. And it's disgusting. Because we're not animal lovers when we pay for them to be murdered, pay for them to be put in farms, in gas chambers. That's not loving other animals. It's not even loving them, it's about respecting them. That's it. Instead of just respecting humans and our own families. The way you do it. Okay, so we're asking people if they exploit animals or not, like what's happening here. That's what we're asking. And we want to have decent conversations with people that give a shit about other animals. So this plane here is just like a child version, basically, for what happens to them. Disgusting. I think I need to get my remote control. Do you mind? Just so we can turn it on to the other thing as well. Yeah, so it's about people. People are against bullfighting. People are against fox hunting, all them kind of things. But yet, we pay for all this, you know? It's disgusting.
Many are just left to
Awful. That's why we record things, because people get so triggered by watching what happens to animals when they're not vegan that they attack us. When we teach our children to love animals, but we put them in these positions, how disgusting is that? And then we're the crazy ones. So bring your children up to love animals, not exploit them, not use them for their flesh, their eggs, their milk, everything like that. She just basically come next to me and just try to attack me.
Yeah, no, she did. She had her hands on me.
Thank you for that.
Male chicks in the egg
Yeah.
industry are
So, yeah.
considered useless and are killed on their first
Just
day
because
of
you
life.
asked the question.
Most often, they're
Do you know what this is about?
alive.
Yeah.
What?
Veganism, I guess.
Well, not exploiting other animals. So what do you think about bullfighting and things like that?
Chickens in the
Okay,
meat
what about
industry
animal testing?
are selectively bred to grow extremely big, extremely fast.
That's great. So
As
what
a
about the
result,
animals that are used
They
for their
often experience
flesh, milk,
problems
eggs?
walking, standing,
I'm not
and even breathing.
approaching veganism.
Do you know what veganism means?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it means?
Not using or exploiting animals for any
Cows in the dairy industry are relentlessly
And thank
flogged,
you, yeah.
which can
I,
cause
I am recording,
to
but it's
collapse
for you.
from exhaustion.
But yeah, so why are you not living vegan then? 'Cause you're still paying for the exploitation of these sentient beings.
Like I said, I am making a transition.
But how quick would you want to
All the
be? How
animals
quick,
we use
if you
for
were the
food,
victim,
fish
would you
are the
want
animals
someone to
we
I
turn
know
kill
what you're
vegan?
saying,
in
Yes.
I'm not an idiot.
No,
I'm
but
not-
if
I'm
you were
not-
the
no,
victim, you
they're
wouldn't like that, would
No, I
you?
know what you're saying.
Exactly.
I'm not ignorant to it.
from
Well,
cruelty
you're not
and
vegan, so
suffering.
you must be a little bit ignorant to it when you know, right?
Investigations have
Do you know
often
what? I
found fish
support veganism.
still conscious.
You should, if you when you're vegan, you should speak up for the animals.
Yeah, I get it, I support it, but
Was
no,
more
I think
raised
holds it back
for
a little
meat.
bit. And I'm
As a
only
child, you
saying-
never drunk
eggs.
milk. Yeah, I did. I used to be an animal exploiter, but I'm not
To
now.
the slaughterhouse.
I don't know this comes across a bit of an aggressive stance, and I know it has to
Look.
be. I understand the reason.
The urgency, look.
I've seen it before, yeah.
So why are you not vegan then?
It is
Flipping lungs upside down
This is fine.
and having their
It's
throats
the,
slit.
the average person.
What, for being held accountable?
You know what? You know, I've tried to engage in a conversation.
It's not about you, it's about the victims and not paying for this.
That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, you
Keep up the good work.
need to stop exploiting animals then.
Are you're not filming, are you? I don't
I'm
want to.
filming me. You can walk away then.
That's fine, yeah. Keep up the good
So yeah,
work.
look at these victims having their head cut off,
For pigs,
or being used for fur, being used for their eggs, being used for their milk, and people call themselves animal lovers.
their eyes, nostrils,
You know?
sinuses, throats, and lungs.
Did you want to have a conversation with him?
I did want to, but he didn't.
Okay. Do you know what this is all about?
Yeah,
Pardon?
no, I can't stop because I'm in a hurry.
Pardon?
No, I said I'm in a hurry. I didn't know.
Well, look at what's happened to the victims when people are exploiting the animals. You don't care. Do you pay for it though?
Yeah.
Why do you not want to see it then? That's the least you can do, isn't it? Look at the victims that you're paying for to be murdered. So, are you vegan? What? So you're an animal abuser then?
No, I'm a
Well-
carnivore.
Why? You're a carnivore. We're
Yep.
omnivores, which means we have a choice.
Oh, I have a choice.
What about the victims that you pay to be murdered?
Oh, that's all right. That's why we're growing it. Farmers be out of a job otherwise.
You mean animal abusers, not farmers. Farmers have plants,
My
don't
dear,
they?
you are in the wrong county. This is Norfolk. If you don't put that bloody camera
I know.
off,
I live in Norfolk. I know how much animal
I will
abusers
get the
there are.
police onto you
There is so
because
many
you're doing
animal.
that illegally.
There is so many animal abusers in Norfolk. Have you got anything to say about not being vegan?
Yes, I think you're a waste of bloody space and oxygen.
Look, he's probably wearing someone's skin as well. Look,
Absolutely. Got no
someone's
shoes,
because he thinks their skin belongs to him. Look, it's just disgusting.
and I'm proud of it, you silly woman.
Bye.
You're the waste of space. I don't think you're a waste of space,
You're a
but I
waste
think
of
you're being quite
flaming
horrible.
oxygen.
You're
You're
being-
a lot
Are you
of-
triggered?
You're being horrible for no reason.
Oh, I won't be.
You're triggered.
I'll tolerate you. I'll always tolerate you. If you tolerate me,
What you mean,
Leave
sticking up for
me
the
to my
victims?
ways.
No, because
Listen,
what about them?
We can tolerate you, but we can't tolerate animal abuse. And that's
This
what
is
you're
disgusting.
what's the animal got to say about it?
Well, you are an animal, aren't you, as well? You're an animal as well.
saying. We're on the
One
same
may
page,
not have been.
but
I just.
You and I, we're not on the same page.
He's wearing someone's skin. So he's wearing someone's skin. Look. I'm recording all this. You can do what you want. Try and attack me.
There you are, Harris Tweed.
How disgusting. What even.
Harris Tweed.
Why are you
Bull
proud?
Tweed.
It's embarrassing. Why
What
are you
are you
proud?
wearing?
I'm not wearing animals,
Plastic.
right?
Pollution.
Here we go. So now he's
Plastic
trying to
pollution.
justify the fact he exploits animals.
Yeah, but it's not animals, nothing like it. Good old fox hunting.
Can you just calm down?
I know. You're so triggered. Do you know what this is about here?
And remember that you are an animal abuser.
So, well, it's trying to not exploit other animals and teach our children to be kind and not eat their flesh or take their eggs or take their milk.
We are expected to believe that it's humane.
So yeah, it's just making sure that you're always recording as well, because people get so irritable by showing the truth, basically.
But every single minute,
As a child, you never drank milk.
it's easy to feel that the problem is so big that our individual
Yeah, I did, but then I realised what happened.
or that the system will never
And I saw all this, and then I changed because I didn't want to pay for it anymore, you know? That's why.
to others and to ourselves.
Do you know why we're here, what we're showing?
The vegan movement is to create
So we're basically trying to asking people if they exploit animals or if they don't. So, what do you think veganism means?
I think it means avoiding consumption of any animals or animal products.
No. So it's an ethical stance against the exploitation of other animals. So we don't use them for their fur, we don't use them for their skin, their milk, their eggs, all them kind of things. And we all say we love animals and then we pay for them to be murdered.
Sure.
And it's very hypocritical. So we're trying to get people to make the connection with the animals and start living, you know, consistently with their morals instead of paying for this and saying that they respect animals.
Sure.
What do you think about that?
I think I'm possibly a bit hypocritical then.
So what if you were the victim then, or one of your family were the victim?
I think I'd be quite upset.
Yeah. So why are you paying for it then?
I just don't think that deeply about it.
Because we've been they don't want us to think about it. They want us to think that these sentient beings are objects, or they don't feel, or you know, they're exactly the same as animals we have at home. And what we do to them is just disgusting and horrendous. They put farms out of the way so people can't see the factory farms, them screaming. They put slaughterhouses out of the way. You know, no one goes to a slaughterhouse and watch the animal be murdered and screaming for their life, do they?
Sure. No. Exactly.
So what would be stopping? What would stop you from exploiting animals then?
I guess it's more of a practicality standpoint. It's generally easy to buy into this whole thing, I guess.
And do you think you're a bit of a hypocrite when you pay for this?
Oh, yeah, I do. Like I said, it's just
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, but you've got to really think about if you care about other animals, because you said you'd be bothered if it was your wife or your baby, but yet you pay for these babies to be put in slaughterhouses.
This is true. I do need to think more deeply. Anyway, I'm going to go.
I appreciate you stopping. Thank you. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just with these victims, it's just about standing up for them. What did he say?
So that he's called the police and they'll have me if I don't delete the video of him.
So he was just on video saying that he's proud to be wearing an animal's skin, proud to be with fox hunting, but yet he's now wanting us to delete the video.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not happening.
Language, not your object, not your diet. Give up no one you ever had. Eat whatever, a who's to be treated as one. This is a negative that requires a negative word. Horrendous. Do you know what we're showing here? Can you see that? Well, this is what happens when we see other animals as commodities. What do you think it's like? What happens? Do you ride them? Well, riding them is cruel, isn't it? Because they're not objects for us to use. I'm assuming that you exploit animals. Yeah. So she doesn't like any cruelty to horses, but yet she's okay with paying for chickens and cows and pigs to be murdered. It's disgusting. And we should be absolutely everywhere. But the thing is, I'm recording for my own safety, because as you can see, he obviously got really triggered, didn't he? And I basically walked away, and the other lady basically tried to attack me. If it weren't for Tito, really didn't want her to do my phone, because I was worried my phone was going to fall. And Tito's just there. What do you think this is all about?
I can't see because I have my glasses on.
Well, they're individuals. They're not cattle, for one. But look at these posters. What do you think all this is about?
Oh, how they're killed.
No. So it's about not exploiting other animals. So do you exploit animals in your life? Or what do you think exploitation means?
We're talking other time.
Well, it's about being you might say you love animals, but then you pay for them to be murdered, used for their fur, used for their skin. So it means not exploiting animals in any way.
I understand that.
I don't think you do, though, because you wouldn't live doing it, would you, if you did? Humans are omnivores, exactly. So if they are omnivores, then that means they have a choice whether they pay for these disgusting things to happen, or they just eat plants. That's it. Because everyone say they're animal lovers, they have dogs at home. If I put them in a slaughterhouse, they'd probably be upset, wouldn't they? Or bullfighting or fox hunting, all them kind of disgusting things that we do to other animals is not okay. It's not okay. And then for some reason, people get offended. Can you see this TV? Do you see that? What do you think this is about?
Well, it's obviously about animal cruelty.
Well, what would you class as animal cruelty? Would you class them having their head chopped off and shot in the face, shot in the head? Put into gas chambers?
What are you saying?
I'm asking you what you think animal cruelty is, if it's not stabbing them in the throat and putting them in gas chambers.
I can't see that.
Okay, so what's happening is this is what happens to animals when we see them as commodities and here for us. So that's why they end up in slaughterhouses, that's why they have their fur taken, their skin, their eggs, their milk, because we pay for it to happen. Have you got any animals at home? No. So why would you have an animal at home and then pay for these animals to be murdered? We're standing up for probably your victims as well, pardon?
Do you want to just come in?
Obviously, a lot of people aren't living. Like, the thing is, no one lives without exploiting animals. That's the problem. And this is what we're doing all the time.
Has she touched anyone? Has she sworn at anyone? She's just speaking.
So these are. So if you can see, unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to talk, but we're showing on the TV